For this morning's edition of Labour of Love, we take a look at what it takes to become a pilot, but more importantly, what it takes to be a female pilot and what she needs to do to succeed in a very male-dominated industry.
When everything seems to be going against you, you remember that the aircraft takes off against the wind and not with it. The first time I ever flew was my dreams becoming reality and then turning back into dreams because it just was too good to be true. When I sat in that seat and actually took flight, I knew that all my dreams was exactly what I was meant to be. Being a female pilot in a male-dominated industry is definitely the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. As a woman, you need to do everything twice as good to be equal. You got to prove yourself every single day. From the way you look, a lot of the time you're thought to be less strong and therefore you can't fly. At the end of the day, every day it feels like a victory when you've overcome it. So I think it's a little more rewarding being a female in this industry because you actually win each day you make it through. Our job is not just climb in a plane and go and fly. Being a pilot entails quite a lot of different things. It's very diverse. So a lot of things we'd have to look at is planning our route from A to B. We've got to check weather for our destination, weather for an alternate airport, en route weather. We weigh the aircraft, we weigh the passengers, the baggage. So it's a lot of groundwork before we can actually get in the air. So I had to work for quite some time to save money to go to pilot school. Unfortunately, it's not seen as a tertiary education, so you don't get bursaries. So I worked really hard towards that, working and flying at the same time. And I think when I finished it, I realized everything wasn't as it was made out to be. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't easy, it was extremely hard. And then when you finished with your pilot license, getting a job is like your next hurdle, and you know, it's knocking at everyone's door, handing out CVs and being extremely persistent. I think if you don't have the passion, ambition, determination and the drive to want this enough, you'll never succeed. I normally fly out in war zones, so we get a schedule of our flights that we need to do. From that, we plan for those flights and we get escorted to the airport, obviously due to the danger of where we work. A lot of what we do is stressful. Landing, taking off, those are stressful situations because anything can happen. I think where I work and the outside influences, you don't really realize how stressful your situation is until something happens. What I love most about flying is taking off and landing. Every time you land, it's different. You can never land the same as you landed before, and that time you landed amazing. The next time you don't know how to fly anymore, so it's very challenging. I think that's what I love about my job is every single day, even if it's to the same destination, that flight is going to change every day. The advice I would give to anyone wanting to become a pilot, especially girls, is it needs to be a passion of yours, something you're willing to fight for every single day. Not a day goes by where I still don't fight for what I want. So if you're not passionate about it and it's not something you're willing to fight for, it's something that's not going to be possible. But if you have that drive, if you have that ambition, and you are there to say, no, I can, you will make it.